This episode is brought to you by Netflix. This Monday night, witness the end of an era. John Cena takes center stage for his final appearance ever on Monday Night Raw. One last match, one unforgettable farewell. Come celebrate the legacy of a true WWE legend. Monday Night Raw, November 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, only on Netflix. Be there for the moment everyone will be talking about.
Hey friends, this is Audie Cornish, host of CNN This Morning and The Assignment, and guess what? Every story you care about, every angle you want unpacked is now streaming on CNN. That means you can catch my show or other CNN programming whenever you want on your favorite device. And a subscription also gets you access to exclusive video series and unlimited articles. So subscribe to CNN at cnn.com/subscription.
Can we back up and talk about what the problem is between the two of you? Because this has been ongoing for some time now, right?
It has been.
It's like the Hatfield and the McCoys.
This is the plaintiff, Petrushka. She says her neighbor, the defendant, maliciously cut the trees that line her property and dumped the debris at her front door, preventing her tenants from entering their apartment. The woman's a nightmare neighbor who has cost her time, aggravation, and money, and she's had it with the feuding woman. So she's suing for a total of $5,348.13, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Karina Martinez. She says she and her neighbor, the plaintiff, have been fighting for the past 10 years. The woman's trees drop seeds that stain her driveway and the carpeting in her house after she walks through them. She's been trimming the unruly trees, and it's up to the plaintiff to clean up after herself, considering they're her trees. She's accused of malicious tree trimming. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,568 for carpet and driveway cleaning.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Petrushka, you've asked us not to mention your last name. Mm-hmm. You are suing Karina Martinez for $290. You have two cases against her. One is for $290 for your time in a gardening bill, and the other is for $5,058.13 for malicious prosecution. You have a counterclaim against her for $2,568 in damages that you say you've sustained as a result of having to maintain, prune, clean trees that are on her property that are, according to you, infringing on your property. Okay. So you own the building that is next to your home?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Tell me what's going on.
I'm suing the defendant because she dumped a lot of limbs and branches onto my property. It created a safety hazard for my tenants.
Can we back up and talk about what the problem is between the two of you? Because this has been ongoing for some time now, right?
It has been.
It's like the Hatfield and the McCoys. Go ahead. Tell me what the problem is.
We have adjacent properties. We both have apartment buildings on them. There's a concrete block wall that separates them, and then
The wall is on whose property?
The wall is actually shared by both of us.
Ugh, right on the property line. Okay.
I have a narrow side yard. It's 4.5 feet wide. And when I purchased the property, it had 5 ficus trees on it. They're like the common house plant, but they've been growing. I trim them twice a year, and I didn't know there was anything going on until I got a call from my tenant saying he couldn't access his storage space.
You had never had a problem with her before that?
Not never, but it had been a few years.
Right, so tell me about the problem.
The defendant mentioned vaguely a couple times that she didn't like the trees. And the
How do you
leaves.
mention that vaguely? If she's contacted you, she's seeking you out, she's obviously, okay, so she tells you what?
She didn't say, you know, there's a limb or these limbs are bothering me. She just generally complained about trees and leaves.
To you.
But not, In the course of,
Okay,
yes,
tell me about the trees. What happened? What's the problem?
Well, they're not normal house plants. You know, they're like
No, they're
trees.
trees.
Yeah, they're
They're big.
trees.
Do we have
Yeah,
pictures
huge.
of the trees? Can we see them?
They're huge.
Great. Let me see from both sides. So, what's the problem with the trees?
80% of the branches are on my driveway.
Okay, ma'am.
So just chop them off.
I took her to mediation in 2000.
No, but I don't understand.
That's afterwards. She just trimmed them.
Do you have pictures of the
Yeah,
trees that are
he has
bothering you? Okay. Okay, so they're nice and bushy here. Okay. When is this picture taken?
2012, mid 2012, that's when I cut the trees, her branches. I normally do minor trimming, but her branches were on my roof already,
Right, and
damaging my property.
your impression of the law is that if her branches come over to your side, she has to cut them.
Correct.
Where did you get that impression of the law?
Labor Code Section 829.
Let me see what you're looking at. Now, according to you, you in fact have hired gardeners to cut those trees on her side in order to keep the neighborly peace.
I trim them twice a year, and I've had to go through 3 gardeners, and I did.
Why did you have to go through 3 gardeners?
The first time, I wanted to be a good neighbor, and I said, I will send my gardener over to you. She didn't want to tell me exactly how she wanted them trimmed. She wanted to interview the gardener. I said, okay. They set up a time. My gardener and his crew came Saturday morning at 11 a.m., which was the time she appointed, and she wasn't there.
Why weren't you there?
That is a lie, Your Honor.
Okay, go on.
The gardener, there's a driveway.
I mean, I would think she'd want to, like, she'd be there because this is something bothering her, and
Exactly.
she's so.
So the gardener figured she would show up shortly. There's the concrete wall.
Maybe the
then
gardener
there's
got there a little early and decided to do stuff without talking to her. Because according to you, you approach the property
No.
and you see people on your property, and what do?
I don't approach any of her tenants. I don't
Not
have-
tenants.
or-
She's talking about the gardeners. Pay
No,
attention.
I don't approach anybody. I
Did you
haven't
ever
talked
see
to
her
any-
gardeners on your property?
No. Not recently in the last...
Did you ever see her
Yes, I
gardeners?
did.
And when you saw her
2006.
gardeners on your property, what did you do?
In 2006, when they were trespassing, I asked them to leave, and if they wouldn't leave...
But don't you want the trees trimmed? Like, if the
No.
gardeners are there to trim the trees, why aren't you, like, going inside and getting them coffee and making sure they don't leave and that they trim the damn trees?
No, because when I got there, they were already done in packing. The only thing she did...
According to the affidavit from the gardener, you blocked his car so that he couldn't leave.
This wasn't... When this happened, the event that you're talking about happened in 2006.
Is that true? Can I just get an answer to my question, which was very straightforward? Did you block the car of the gardener so they couldn't leave?
It's a driveway.
Did you block so that they couldn't leave?
No, I didn't block anybody.
You parked behind him, and ergo, he can't leave. And then you call the police to come to catch them trespass. I thought you really wanted the problem resolved.
I didn't block anybody. My driveway is narrow. It's only one car that can drive in. It's not like I could go 2 different places. I didn't block anybody. When I got there, they were packing, and I asked them what they were doing in my property because I wasn't aware that she had made those arrangements.
Weren't you happy that they had...
I would have been thrilled, but when I asked them, what are you guys doing? They were done cutting 2 out of 10 trees. And I said, what are you guys doing? You're only cutting the trees that are damaging her property. I tried to call her during that time. She didn't answer. They wanted to leave. I say, why are you guys leaving? You're not trimming.
So you decided you weren't going to kidnap them. You weren't going to let them leave.
I wasn't kidnapping or trapping anybody.
Okay.
So,
now,
that's incorrect. That's a lie.
You pay to trim the ones that are bothering you on your side, right? That's what your countersuit is about.
Correct.
You say that you feel you shouldn't have to pay this because you've outlined this. I'm going to read to you what you handed me.
Code.
Under common law, a homeowner controls everything located on, beneath, or above his property. Do you understand what that means?
Yes.
From the heavens to hell.
Correct.
That means the opposite of what you're saying it means. It means from the up to the sky, down to the ground. Okay? What's bothering you, you've got to cut.
Correct.
You have the right to cut.
Correct.
She doesn't have the right to complain, and you don't have the right to sue her to collect it. By the way, this is EHOW, no greater an authority than EHOW. Okay.
It's still valid, though. Code.
All right. You've gone out, and because of the problems between the two of you, you've gone out and you've hired a surveyor to find out whose wall it is.
Because
the answer is that the wall, it belongs to both of you?
Yes, Your Honor.
But the reason for that is because at some point along the line, you decided to erect, I guess, wrought iron?
Yes,
on
ma'am.
top of the concrete wall to make the wall higher, I guess,
Yes.
right? Okay. For security reasons?
Yes.
Okay. So when you decide that you want to do that, you have to kind of determine whose wall it is?
I did not. I just immediately contacted the defendant and brought her into the conversation.
And then what did she say to you?
She listened to the wrought iron installer and what he was going to do. He showed her the materials. She agreed to it. She let him park in her driveway, but she didn't want to pay for it.
And what was your response to that?
I paid the entire bill, and it
Okay,
was
so
done.
that's how you folks resolved that one. And you paid the entire bill for the survey, for the railing, for everything else.
Yes,
All right.
Your Honor.
Now, the next problem that you folks have is as the trees keep growing, she keeps complaining about them. Your complaint has to do with what?
Your Honor,
And what about the trees bother you?
I have to continuously pick up the trash.
Okay, tell me about that.
It
What
stains-
trash is emanating from the trees?
I have pictures of it. It's all along the driveway. It's not just a few leaves, it's a lot of leaves.
Is it leaves?
Leaves, fruits, bird dropping, everything, branches, everything. And in addition to her statement earlier, Your Honor, I contacted the Department of Consumer Affairs, and in my statement, I indicated she put up wrought irons without my consent.
And did she?
Yes, she did.
So you never talked to her about the wrought iron?
No, she never did.
Ever? She never.
No.
You never spoke to wrought iron people?
No.
She's completely making that up.
That's what I'm saying.
What say you to that?
I have a statement from the person who installed the wrought iron
May I
as well
see
as
it?
the bill.
So what you've shown me are pictures of leaves. You don't want leaves falling on your property, and a picture of one berry, two berries.
No, that's just zooming in on the stains.
Do you, okay, so
So if you
would
look at
this
it-
be a picture of other berries, like the darker ones would be the little fruit or berry or
Correct.
whatever it is that... Ms. Petrushka called to add wrought iron to the concrete block wall. I met with her and her lady neighbor, Karina. Karina said it was okay to put up the fence. She let me park in her driveway. Ms. Petrushka paid for the work because the neighbor did not want to pay any money. Arguello Iron Works. All right,
That's
so...
hearsay, Your Honor.
No, that's an
No,
affidavit.
it is hearsay because I
No,
didn't
that's an
sign anything.
affidavit.
That's an affidavit. No, that's not a sworn statement.
Okay. Let's discuss what was the deciding factor most recently that caused the problem. And this would be the first of your lawsuits, which is for the gardening bill. Go ahead.
In October of 2012, one of my tenants called and said he couldn't access his storage space to get his equipment for work. And he said the gardeners had left a lot of debris. And I hadn't had the gardeners come yet, so I went over to see what happened, and I saw, and I have pictures for you, Your Honor.
Okay.
The entire side yard, all the way down, is filled with limbs and branches.
Cut branches that she cut and dumped them on your yard?
Yes, Your
Can
Honor.
I see those pictures, please?
It's
In this book, or are they on
the
the
first.
computer?
It's the first page.
Oh, wow.
So
What happened here?
Welcome back to the People's Court, RV11 here. Why do neighbors get in such stupid petty feud?
Because they have no life. I don't know.
Well, you know what, actually?
Because they gates are too close to the other person's driveway. Happened to me.
Okay, this sounds like we're playing family, what?
Too much noisy sex.
I did not think that would come from you. I don't know, I just didn't think it was gonna come from the back that way. Good answer. We're playing the feud going inside the courtroom.
The branches started falling off. They were already on my roof.
These branches are cut with
no.
a chainsaw.
I didn't say those branches. I said they were starting to fall on my property. I called the gardener. I said, trim the branches that are overhanging my roof.
Which you have a perfect right to do, but dumping them on her
I don't
property?
I've asked her, I called her, I asked her to go to mediation, I asked her to go to court, and she doesn't
wait a
do it.
minute. Just
So
listen to
that
my
is not
question.
a
Did you
drive-
instruct your guy to dump
No,
them
I
on her
didn't
property?
instruct him, but he actually did it. So-
Really?
Yeah.
So
No, I
he
didn't
dumps.
instruct
So
him.
your guy, your agent, dumps all of the limbs to block the. These are all the storage units for all
Spaces.
your tenants. And do you think that's okay?
No, I didn't think it was okay. He had already done it. There's nothing I could have done.
So, there's absolutely something you could do. You could call him to come back and pick it up. Did you do that?
That's her trees, though. It's not my trees.
So why don't you be frank for once in your life and tell it like it is. You felt like dumping them on her because they're your trees and they're your problem. You're making it my problem. I don't like it. So now I'm going to make it your problem and I'm going to dump them on you. Why don't you just be honest? Because it's obvious that that's what you did. Otherwise, if you were, surprised, I had nothing to do with it, you'd pick up the phone, you'd call your gardener, you'd have your gardener come and pick them up immediately. Because no gardener's going to do this. Frankly, no gardener should have done this, period. I can't imagine in a million years me telling my gardener, hey, dump that on the lady next door house, and them doing it. I mean, it's insanity. That's why I don't think a gardener was involved. That's why I think maybe you or yours cut it and dumped it over there. So you call her and say what?
I didn't call her, Your Honor.
What'd you do?
Not. I called the gardener.
And had them pick it up and take it away.
It was.
And you paid for that service $150.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're suing on this first claim. You're suing for that $150, which you sent her many letters, and she said, "I'm not paying $150 because they're your trees." And what's the $140 for? Your time?
That was for my time in the court costs, and I think that was it. My time in court costs.
Okay. Your second lawsuit is for malicious prosecution. Tell me about that.
The defendant and I were originally going to court over the dumping issue.
How did that come up? Did you file? You filed the lawsuit?
I filed it. Well, after 3 months of asking and sending letters, I went ahead and filed in court.
Okay.
And when I got to the court, the courts have downsized, and so there's a lot of waiting. And one of the things they insist that you do is speak face-to-face with each other. So we shared each other's evidence. It was at that time that I got served
alone or with a mediator?
Alone.
Oh, that's never good.
Well,
okay.
We're civilized, Your Honor.
So, Your Honor, so what
this is not a civilized neighborly action.
I didn't do that. And she does the same thing, except I went through it 10 years. She only went through it once.
So during that,
I'm sorry, wait, hold on one second, because are you saying she cuts limbs and dumps them on your property?
No, she has overgrown trees that are dumping trash.
That's not the same thing. Go ahead.
It is the same thing when you have to.
I don't care what you think. You don't get the right to dump the branches that are bothering you onto her property. That is not appropriate. It is neither appropriate, conduct for a neighbor, but it's also illegal. So I am finding in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of the $150 gardening bill plus the court costs. You do not, however, get to tack to that, make it double the size by charging for your time. Otherwise, every lawsuit that we ever have will be double its size. And then if you're a brain surgeon and your time is really valuable, then it would be $1 million lawsuit. That's not how court works. As for your counterclaim, let's then take your counterclaim against her, because that's what precipitates your second lawsuit, I guess. Your counterclaim against her is for $1,333 in maintenance of trees. Let us discuss the law. The general premise is up and down. If it's bothering you, cut it. But you can't sue her to pay for it, and you cannot sue your neighbor because their tree drops leaves or fruit. That's what trees do. So what do we have then? On your lawsuits and her lawsuits, here is my net judgment. I find in your favor in the amount of the $150, and I find in your favor on court costs. I find against you on your lawsuit against her and against you on your malicious prosecution lawsuit against her. The most important thing that you folks can glean from the time we have spent together is this. You're a busy lady, right? You're a busy lady, right?
Correct.
Okay. So how about if we now know what our respective rights and obligations are? Your obligation is to trim the side on your property. Your prerogative, not obligation, prerogative is to trim the ones on yours at your expense. If you choose not to, you don't have to, but you have to trim the ones on your side at your expense. She does not have an obligation under the law to trim the ones on your side. From here on in, these are your obligations. You take care of the part on your side, you take care of the part on your side. That is my judgment. Good luck, folks.
All right, ladies, just hold on right where you are, please.
All right, so the judge has clearly explained to you what your rights and obligations are. Now, what's your understanding of things?
I understood what she said.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We're still left with the two of you as neighbors, and how are you going to Fine piece in the valley over there.
Well, we'll have to see. Stay tuned.
Okay. Right down this way.
Thank you.
Okay, so what's your side of the story here? You willing to be a peaceful neighbor with her?
We've always been peaceful. She just lies a lot. Unfortunately, the judge didn't see that. She didn't actually even see the trees. So
How are you two going to get along together?
we never had an issue.
You don't look like friends.
No, we're not friends, but we never had an issue.
Okay. Harvey?
So here's the thing. The way to do this, break the stalemate, go next door, accept some blame, and work it out. There's no point in being miserable. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Chronic spontaneous urticaria, or chronic hives with no known cause. It's so unpredictable. It's like playing pinball. Itchy, red bumps start on my arm, then my back. Sometimes my legs. Hives come out of nowhere. And it comes and goes. But I just found out about a treatment option at treatmyhives.com. Take that, chronic hives. Learn more at treatmyhives.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Business owners, meet Progressive Insurance. They make it easy to get discounts on commercial auto insurance and find coverages to grow with your business. Quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
This is the plaintiff, Derek Jackson. He says he's known the defendant since the 80s. They recently reconnected, and she hit him up for some money. Being the good person he is and wanting to help a damsel in distress out, he loaned her some money. Long story short, the woman swindled him, won't pay him back, and even though it's not a lot of money, this is about principle. That's why he's taking her to court today for the $350 he's owed. This is the defendant, Brenda. She says the plaintiff gave her the money because they were hanging out more and more and talking and chilling. Everything changed when he asked her out for dinner and told her he wanted her to pay. She's old-fashioned and not going to pay for a date she didn't ask to go on. All of a sudden, the gift the plaintiff gave her turned into a loan, and now he's suing her? Please. She's accused of taking a guy for a long ride.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says the woman he's known since the 80s swindled him out of money. But she says he gave her the money because they were chilling. It's the case of Chillaxin Jackson.
Thank you, Doug.
You're
It's
welcome,
Derek
ma'am.
Jackson.
Yes,
You are
ma'am.
suing Brenda. You've asked us not to mention your last name for $350 in loans that you say you made to her that she refuses to repay. Tell me what's going on.
One day, I was catching a bus, and plus, she was driving the bus.
Are you a bus driver?
Yes. And
That's
so,
good. If you're driving the bus, I want you to be the bus driver.
and so when I seen her, me and her started talking about old times.
Oh, because you knew her?
Right, years ago.
How many years had you known her?
Probably the 70s or the 80s.
And long time ago.
Yeah,
and
long
then
time.
had you lost touch with her for a while? Or?
Yes.
All right. So coincidentally, she happens to be the bus driver on a bus that you're taking.
Yes.
All right. And so you strike up a conversation.
Right.
And then what?
And then after that, I had got off the bus, and then the next time, I was going to have lunch with my son. And so she was on the bus again. And so when she reached the final stop, I had got off the bus, and when I got off the bus, she had approached me. She said, could she borrow some money? And I said, yes, and she said that I'll pay you back when I get paid. And I said, okay.
Did she tell you what she needed the money for? Because she barely knows you at this point. She's reacquainting with you. It's kind of brazen.
She didn't say what it was for, but she kind of put it in a way that she really needed it then, And so
did you have it then?
I didn't have it then.
So what'd you do?
She had drove me to the bank, and that's when I gave her
To get the money?
Right.
Okay.
Okay, after then.
How much money did you give her or loan her? 300?
Yes.
Were you sweet on her?
No.
Did you like her?
No.
Did you ask her out?
Did I ask her out?
Yeah, it's not a trick question.
No. Probably lunch or something like that, but, nothing further than that.
Okay.
Okay. Right after that, she had called me up and said something was wrong with her phone. And so, she had needed money just to fix her phone or something. So what I did,
had she paid back the first money?
No, she didn't
How
pay
was she
back.
what was the agreement on the first money? How was she going to pay it back?
She was going to pay me when she get paid.
So
we made a
within
verbal
a matter
agreement.
of weeks?
Right.
All right, so, and within that, how much later did she ask you for more money?
That was about 1 week.
And where did you see her or she called you for more money?
Right.
So you two were talking on the phone?
No, we only talked about once.
The one time she cut, how did she get your number?
Twice. We had exchanged
it.
numbers.
But the only time you talked was when she asked you for more money. Are you married?
No.
Why did you have to hesitate when I asked that? You have a serious woman at home, though. That's what that means. Okay. All right. So then she called you and asked you for $50.
Okay.
And you do what? Can't wait to run to the nearest ATM to give it to her?
No, she had came by and picked it up.
Okay.
Okay, so right after that, I haven't heard from her. Okay.
You don't hear from her, okay?
Right. Okay, then I caught the bus again, and then I said, hey, we got to talk, when is she going to pay me my money?
How much time had passed at that point?
Probably about a few weeks.
Okay, and what'd she say to you?
And she said, why are you sweating me like that? You act like what you gave me was $1,000. I'm going to pay you. And so after that, what I did was went to the courthouse and made the claim.
Okay. What's going on? You've got a very different story.
Yeah, I got a different story. We knew each other a long time ago, like he said, and everything. He used to...
Did you date a long time ago?
No.
Did he
liked
like you?
me. He liked me back then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He was trying to talk to me
What
back
about now? How's he like you now?
Oh, he don't like me now.
Well, but how about when he was busy handing you money? Was he liking you then?
Oh, he liked me then because, you know what I'm saying? He had invited... Okay, he didn't tell you everything.
Okay, let me hear everything now.
Who takes advantage of who more, men or women?
Women, because they always if a woman wants something, they can ask a guy for it, and they'll always get the thing that they want.
Very, very honest. What do you think?
Women simply because most people think men, but women they play innocent.
No, I think most people think women. Okay, we'll talk in a minute. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
He used to get on the bus every day.
Okay.
Every day to talk to me.
Okay.
And then so I said, you know what? He asked me out to, he wanted to take me out to dinner, but he wanted me to pay for it.
Is this before or after the money transfer?
I think this was before.
That doesn't make sense, because if he's generous enough...
No, it was after. I can't remember, but it was after probably.
Well, you're going to have to remember the little details of how you were able to squeeze $350 out of him.
I didn't have to squeeze it out of him.
Okay, well, why did you even think to hit him up for money? Because he's on the bus every day? You got to get something out of him?
No, because he told me a little something that he didn't tell y'all.
Okay.
He told me he had a little money.
From?
I don't know what it was from.
Okay.
I just know he told me he had money.
Okay, and?
And, we knew each other and we was friends.
As soon as he told you he had money, you wanted some?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, tell me the circumstances of the $350.
I just asked him, would he give me $300 because I had needed some help paying my rent.
Okay. He says that that's how it happened, only it wasn't give you, it was loan you.
No.
That you're supposed to pay it back. That's what put your hand down. That's what he's saying.
No. Because he was coming and talk. So
what? I mean, every guy who talks to you has to give you money? I mean,
no.
In other words, I'm trying to figure out, because normally people don't just start handing over money. Maybe in a relationship they do, but just to the bus driver who's an old friend, they don't just start handing money that they don't expect to see back.
No, he was giving me lunch money. I would tell him I want something to eat, you know. He would give me money. And then one time he bought me some food. He ordered me some food. So the next time I came around on the other side, all I had to do was pick it up. And he paid for that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I thought maybe, you know, since I knew him, you know, I thought maybe I could ask him to give me some money.
You keep making the mistake and saying lend me, or hesitating, stopping and saying give me.
I didn't say lend.
So why is he suing you if he never expected any of this money back and he was just, what happened that made him sue you then?
I guess he got mad because I didn't want to go on a date with him.
But according to you, the only thing that stopped you from going on a date with him was not that he repulses you, but that he asked for you to pay.
No, that's not the only reason. That's not the only reason why.
Did you ever go out with him?
No, because he wanted me to pay for the date. And I asked
what'd
him,
you say to him? Yeah.
I don't mind paying for a man. I don't mind that. You know, but not on the first date. You know what I'm saying? After he don't pay for me, then I'll pay for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that.
You know, I get a lot of these cases. You're not my first rodeo, okay? I get a lot of these cases, boyfriend, girlfriend, loan gift, which is it? And there's something about this that makes me think that maybe he expected to be paid back and that you know that. And that you're...
He liked me from way back.
What did he lie to you about?
Yeah, but
I said he liked me. He wanted to be with me back then.
Yeah, but sometimes somebody could like you and they still could be making you a loan.
Yeah, but
That's right.
No, but what I'm saying to you is, you know, he was calling me every day.
How can
He was coming on my bus.
I think you think that if a man gives you attention, then the money shouldn't have a string attached.
No.
I think that's one of your funny rules.
No, this man was saying...
I'm going to order a judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of the $350. Good luck, folks. You at?
The defendant's out here, not in the seat of the bus right here, but you didn't steer this case too straight, did you?
No, I didn't.
No. Now, why do you think he just because he called you every day, he should give you money?
No, I told you he was liking me. I told the judge, he was liking me. He wanted to date me and stuff, but I just turned him down. That's why he told me it was a loan.
So you say that's why he changed it from a gift money into a loan money?
Yeah, because I turned him down.
Well, what if you see him trying to get on the bus now?
He can get on the bus. It's a free country. I can't stop him from getting on the bus. He gonna get on the bus anyway, but he don't know my route now.
Okay. All right, head right down that way.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so you get your money back here. Step on in a little closer. Come on and tell me what you think of this outcome.
The outcome was good. It wasn't no gift. It was a loan.
She says you're sweet on her.
No,
yeah?
Man, no.
No?
It was just a friend who was in need.
Mm-hmm. You consider her a friend, and she thought you wanted a little something more?
Yeah.
Seems like?
Yeah.
All right. Do you know what her route is now?
No, I don't want to know.
Okay. Harvey?
Short and sweet, if it is a gift, it has to be a clear gift or else it's a loan. We'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
These are the plaintiffs, Elizabeth Koch and Brian Luty. They say the defendant repaired the transmission on their car, gave them a 1-year warranty, and then 5 days later, the car wouldn't go into gear. The defendant fixed it, and then a few days later, there was another problem. The crooked defendant won't honor their warranty and is nothing more than a lunkhead. They're suing for $2,055 for all they're out. This is the defendant, Gil. He says the plaintiff, Brian, abused the car, ruined the transmission, and that voids his warranty. The guy beat the heck out of that transmission by peeling out. He drove it when it was leaking oil, and everyone knows if you leak oil, you pull over and get a tow so it can be properly fixed. Some people. He's accused of not treating a tranny right.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiffs say that the defendant repaired their transmission but actually screwed it up. The defendant says one of the plaintiffs ruined the transmission himself. It's the case of one bad tranny.
Thank you, Douglas. Elizabeth Koch and Brian Luty.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you are mother and son?
Yes.
All right, you are suing Gil. You've asked to be referred to only as Gil?
Yes.
Okay, and we'll do that. For $2,055, the amount that you paid him for a transmission job plus 2 tows, because according to you, he did not stand by his transmission warranty. What happened?
First time I brought it there, I got it there by driving it, and I had him.
Why did you take it to him?
I needed my transmission fixed. He said his father-in-law or brother-in-law or somebody was really good with transmissions, and he would have him fix it. So I brought it to him, and I gave him $700 right then and there. And the next day, my mom gave him $500.
All right, so he rebuilds the transmission, and that comes with a warranty, right?
Yes, it does.
A 1-year warranty. And when do you have your first problem with the transmission again?
About maybe a month after that, Your Honor.
And what happened?
I was driving home from work. I was almost home, and it started acting up, and it just didn't want to stay in gear. And I didn't know what to do, so I called my dad, and he said to just try to get it home because there was really nowhere to pull over on a shoulder. So I brought it home, and then when I looked at it, there was just transmission fluid all over the street.
How long were you driving it after you started having trouble with it?
I was only 5 minutes from home.
Okay. And when do you take it to him? You have it towed there?
The following day, I had it towed there.
All right. And what happens when you leave it at his, what does he say to you?
He said originally, Your Honor, that it was just a seal. Then about 4 days after that, he calls me up and tells me that it's possibly not the seal. So I go there, and as he's pulling it out with 3 of his friends and opens it up, there's a big hole in it. And he told me it was from wear and tear of driving it. When you looked at it, you could tell it was just held together with a bunch of silicone and that it was just bound to happen.
Okay. Let me hear your side.
Well, Your Honor, he brought me the car 3rd week of November, and I told him it could possibly be a seal, axle seal or something like that, because that's what it looked like where the oil was leaking from. When we dropped the transmission, there was a hole in it, and the gasket is silicone for that assembly. That's how it is from the factory. And the differential had broken, which isn't part of the warranty, broke the casing, leaked all the fluid out, and he drove it and burnt the clutches and everything in the transmission. So it was no longer a serviceable or repairable transmission, because from driving it with no oil in it, you cook it.
Okay, so what did he do wrong? According to you, he drove it with no oil in it?
Yes, his exact words to me was, when I was getting on 78 as I left work, I felt a bang, and it started acting up, and I tried to make it home because I didn't want to tow it.
According to him, he was 5 minutes from home.
Well, his exact words were something different to me.
How is that different, though? How do you know that's not 5 minutes, that he's supposed to be on that highway?
Because he works like in New Jersey. It's about an hour and a half away from his house.
Did you drive an hour and a half with the car in trouble?
No, Your Honor, it was 5 minutes from home when it happened.
Do you have a video you want me to see?
Yes, we do, Your
It's on
Honor.
your phone?
Yes.
Who's the gentleman with you?
That's my partner, George.
Just press play.
We built this transmission a couple months ago. He's been maliciously misconducting himself with the car, abusing it. He broke the differential the other day. This is from excessive abuse, a lot of accelerations from a dead stop, racing around. See, get a good picture of that. This is supposed to be completely inside. The bolt that retained this here is there broken. This just doesn't happen out of the blue. That wrist pin breaking causes this effect in the transmission casing. Giving it a nice crack, causing it to leak all the oil out.
Okay. What do you say caused that hole?
The pin, when it comes out, breaks the casing.
The pin of what?
The differential. That's what broke the hole in the transmission.
So, did you ever show this to another mechanic? Mom, you step in now, I
Your
guess.
Honor, I'd just like to say the first time that I brought Gil the car.
No, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear what happened afterwards.
So the problem surfaces a month after they get the car back. Are they out of luck?
I would say no.
Because?
Because things could happen in a month. Like,
Then you would say, yes, they're out of luck.
okay, so yes, they are out of luck.
Okay, I knew we'd get to the bottom of that.
I
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
Okay, afterwards, when I walked into the gentleman who did who put a whole new rebuilt transmission, the first words he said to me is, "Who did this job?" I told him who did it, and I asked him why. He said, the whole transmission was siliconed so much that eventually when the seal busted, that's what would have happened.
I don't understand. Eventually,
Okay.
when the seal busted,
Right.
but the seal,
He
according to him,
siliconed all
the
this-
differential, the bolt from the differential came up. And why does that happen again?
Well, from hard acceleration from a dead stop.
Hard acceleration from a dead stop.
I have more detailed pictures if you'd like to see them.
Yeah, I would like to see him.
Usually when that happens, the car will stall and it won't start, but
The pin was missing when you saw it?
no, it was bent from being continuously driven. I kept it inside a transmission. There's wear. You can see the scratches in the picture.
This is the hole,
Yes.
and the differential goes here?
No,
Come on over here.
okay, the differential sits in here.
In there?
Yeah, and this is where all the transmission, the part that we rebuild is over here.
Right.
This is
And then what was hitting that hole, making that hole happen? The pin?
Yeah, the pin, this pin, when it comes out.
Well, how is that pin out, though, in the picture?
Because the bolt broke loose. See the bolt sheared off.
So if I understand your testimony, the bolt came loose. The bolt could only come loose from excessive acceleration from a dead speed. You and I both know that can't be true, okay?
Harsh
and that the bolt then made that hole.
Yes.
Now, here's my question. When you put in this transmission, or your uncle, whoever it is, put it in, he has to remove the differential in order to do it.
Yeah, everything's taken apart
Okay,
and cleaned.
how do I know you didn't just put it together wrong and that's how the bolt came loose? What evidence do you have of your theory that the kids... By the way, are you excessively speeding from a dead stop?
No, Your Honor.
Predictably, that's going to be his answer. So what is your evidence that it's his misuse as opposed to the way your guy put it back together?
It's an unserviceable item. It doesn't.
I don't care if it's unserviceable. I don't even know what that means. You're taking it out and putting it in. Now I've got intervention by you guys, and you're putting it together, and then the ball comes loose, but it's got to be him speeding as opposed to that you guys didn't put it together, right?
It doesn't get touched. Just gets removed.
It gets
cleaned,
touched. It gets
put back
removed.
in.
I don't know what you guys do with it when you're
There's
removing
no
it.
disassembly or reassembly of that part.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's not that I don't understand what you're saying right now. We don't touch the bolt. I understand what you're saying. But you touch something because you're taking it out, you're putting it in. And
upon visual inspection.
upon visual inspection, you really need to bring me somebody else to testify to what you're saying to besides yourself because you're the interested party. Go ahead and go back to the lectern. I'm ruling in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $2,055. That's my judgment.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
I gotta say, that was really smart of the defendant to videotape the car and show what he says actually happened here. That isn't done a lot, and that can be very compelling. It was very effective. I guess the problem with that is he lost, but oh well.